What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow me over there on Telegram. That's t.me/kingoffomo1, as well as my TikTok channel. I'm actually going to be posting an update on TikTok that's going to be time sensitive. I'm going to be posting something about a new altcoin similar to Wisetoken, similar potential, I think, to the Wisetoken on my TikTok before I make a video about it. And it's probably going to be on Thursday or Friday. So if you're on the TikTok, you'll get word of that, and I'll let you guys know about that a little bit later. But if not, I mean, you'll learn about 12 hours later, and there's just a little bit of incentive to boost up my TikTok. But nonetheless, today we're going to be talking about Wisetoken, and we're going to be talking again about the price prediction for this thing. Now, originally I said my price point for the year was going to be $1. So we are basically almost at $1. So I've had to reevaluate and really relook at things for Wise and see what is the next kind of goal that I hope Wisetoken to get to. And I think that my goal would be about $10. So I'm saying 10x of where it is right now, considering the fact that it's only been out for like less than 2 weeks and it's already reached this price of $1. I think that it can easily get to $10 if it continues the momentum that it has by the end of the year. And we're going to look at some numbers to make some comparisons to see where Wisetoken would be compared to some other coins to get to that $10 mark. And it's not going to be too far-fetched. So one of the first things you'll notice is that Wisetoken had its first pullback since its launch. So it went all the way up to about 96 cents, basically almost touching $1, and then you had a major sell-off, which I mean is to be expected. Obviously, with all of this accumulation that has been happening over the past week or so, people were prepared to be able to sell. Like a lot of these people that were buying, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Wisetokens were smart in saying, I'm just going to make a quick flip on this, and decided to flip it at $1. But here's the good news. Wisetoken has a huge amount of liquidity. It was able to handle that dump without a cascading sell-off happening after that. And as you can see right here, in the past day alone, let's go zoom in here. After that dump had happened from 96 cents down to about 71 cents, it has rallied back up to 82 cents right now. So that volume has increased, not decreased, and the price of Wisetoken has continued to increase as well. So that's very bullish in my opinion for the price of this token in the medium to longer term. Now, of course, we can still see some more pullbacks. We can see some sideways movement. You should always be prepared for anything in crypto. Nothing just goes up parabolically forever. So keep that in mind. But the important thing is the fact that it can sustain, a market that does buying and selling is the key thing that you want to take away from right here. So I want to make some comparisons for Wise and Hex and seeing, can it reach that $10 mark, or 10x from where it is right now is about $8, but it's pretty close to $10, only a little bit more percentage to get there. But comparing it to where Hex is right now, so I think people are starting to realize that Wise is the better decision than Hex. Hex is very, very centralized and has a lot of question marks when it comes to the origin address and Richard Hart and certain particular people holding 90% of that coin and manipulating the market. And it was clear to most people before, but it's become even more clear right now. And I think that a lot of people that were in on Hex are saying, well, let me get on this Wisetoken because it's decentralized. I won't have to worry about any type of manipulation, and I can predict the market a lot easier in Wisetoken. Now, Hex is quote unquote on CoinPaprika one of a top 15 coins of all time. Now, the reason why I'm saying quote unquote is because, again, 90% of that supply doesn't actually exist in the hands of normal people. It exists in the hands of like one person. And you can tell this by like the volume of all the other top 15 coins are in the hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of trading volume, while Hex is sitting here at a measly $11 million. And that's something to note. The only other coin that's kind of like that in the top 20 is Celsius. So you gotta, scratch your head a little bit and say, why is Hex one of the top 15 coins and it's got basically no trading going on? Well, again, it goes back to the whole centralized aspect of things. If one person is holding everything and controlling everything, if that one person decides not to trade for the day, then you're not going to see any volume for the day because there's just not that money in Hex. With Wisetoken, on the other hand, Wisetoken has a 24-hour trading volume of $146 million. So let's go ahead and take a look at where Wisetoken would be on the top 10 coins for CoinGecko. So $146 million. If we organize this by volume, it's not going to be that far down. It's about halfway down, $146 million, putting it right here next to Theta Network. This is about halfway down on the page, which again is realistic. And it also has a lot of room for growth because we can see that the top 10 coins for trading volume are in the billions of dollar mark. And we can see that potentially this thing can get to $2 billion where Stellar is and, where some of these other coins are before, of course, you reach your juggernauts like Bitcoin and Ethereum with the 34 and 54. I think that is that $1 billion right there, which is insane. This is Stellar's actually at 2 billion, not 2 million. So a lot of room to grow is kind of the point that I'm trying to make right there with Wisetoken. You're actually at about, I think, 10x less trading volume of where it can be if this thing does reach 10x the price and reaches $10, which I think is attainable. And all this stuff that you're seeing with Wisetoken, you know that it's not manipulated. You know that the liquidity has been added. You know how the funds have been moved around. There's no secret team controlling 80% of the supply from behind the scenes or anything like that going on with Wise, which is why I think a lot of people are gravitating towards it instead of Hex, and maybe even pulling out of Hex and putting into Wise. You're seeing the amount of stakes go up, all kinds of stuff like that. So there's just a lot of data that you guys can get here. Some other data that we can kind of pull on right here is the amount of holders. So in Hex, I mean, again, this is a little bit shady because I'm sure that a lot of these quote-unquote holders in Hex are not actually existent, but nonetheless, Hex has 201,000 holders. Wisetoken, if it were to have the same amount of holders, it still has about maybe 10 times, 20 times even, that to reach that of where Hex is. So again, that goes along with room to grow. It still has a lot of room to grow. A lot of people have been asking me, well, I'm too late for Wise. It's way too high. I got to find something else. And while sure, there will be other things out there, I don't think that it's too late for Wise. I think that this is still a very, very early point for Wisetoken. And the other thing that we can look at here on Etherscan is the fully diluted market cap. While Hex has a quote-unquote, and I'm going to keep saying that, quote-unquote fully diluted market cap of about $7 billion, if you want to say that's realistic, if you're a Hex super fan, Wise, again, has a lot of room to grow. So we can see Wise going not only 10x, but potentially even 40x to get to where Hex is, reaching that same exact market cap of $6 billion. Currently only $254 million. So again, the key takeaway here is that Wisetoken has a lot of room to still grow. I don't think that it's topped out at all yet, even though we're reaching $1. And I think that these pullbacks are healthy. It's nice to see parabolic movement only going up. It's nice to see the value of your coins go up over time, but it's also nice to see it pull back because that gives other opportunities for other people to be able to jump in, and it also lets you realize the lifespan of the coin. Is this coin going to is it a pump and up? Is it going to die? Somebody the other day was saying it's a Ponzi, and I said no, not quite a Ponzi, because usually Ponzis, they go up really, really fast and then they die forever. And that's not the case with Wisetoken. I think that Wisetoken definitely has the potential to go up like it did for the past week, to go down like it did the past day, and to go back up again, which is not the case for Ponzi's. It's impossible for those things to recover. So again, the key takeaway for the 15th time is that Wisetoken still has a lot of room to grow. So with all those things being said, let's see where, we can't really calculate the market cap of where Wise is because of the minting and the burning of the tokens as people are staking them. But if you want to really put it at where Hex is in the top 20, so let's go back to CoinGecko and we'll organize this right here. There's there's a lot to be said about a staking coin, and a staking coin that is decentralized, unlike Hex. And there's not too many other coins that offer, what Hex is offering in a decentralized way. There's a lot of coins actually on the Tron network that's doing that, but we all know that adoption on Tron is not easy to do. And the other thing about Ethereum, like, it's tied to Ethereum. There's just so many positives you guys really need to look at with Wisetoken to understand that. Is this thing really done? Is it topped out at $1? I really don't think it is. Especially, when you start having whales start jumping in on this game. Just like what you saw, I mean, let's bring up another coin right here. Just like what we saw with YFI. So I think YFI has one of the top volumes right here. So you're in finance. You had a lot of huge Ethereum whales jump in on YFI and Pickle.finance and this yield farming stuff because they knew they could make money with it. It's not the fact that the coin was super valuable and could, like, do fusion reaction or anything like that. It's the fact that they can make money with a coin very, very easily when you have your giant whales jumping in, which is essentially what happened with YFI and a lot of other DeFi projects, SushiSwap and Yam when they first started. And I'm seeing a similar sentiment with Wisetoken and even with Hex, that you have your huge whales saying, well, this is something that's easy to make money with. Let me dump a fat stack into here and I can easily make money within a year's time span or half a year's time span. And that's the way that a lot of these whales are thinking. I mean, they might not be thinking 10 years out, but if it's easy pickings for the short term or the medium term, they're definitely going to jump into it and take it, and they're not going to really just let one whale do it. All the whales are going to kind of do it at the same time, which is, again, one of the reasons why I think we're seeing the volume for Wise increase so much. And we've recently just crossed, right after this big dump, the $100 million volume mark, which, I mean, I think that means that a lot of outside eyeballs are going to start getting put on Wisetoken right now. It's not just your typical crap coin anymore. As long as this trading volume continues to stay above $100 million, that's when, again, your big time whales and just your general public is going to look at this and say, this is a coin that exists. This is not a coin that's just going to disappear tomorrow if it's got this much trading volume on a daily basis. And it's decentralized and there's no shady business going on like with quote-unquote Hex at the quote-unquote top 15 mark right now. And I mean, you guys can look at the charts yourself. Hex with Ethereum, paired with Ethereum, down 7% today, down 7% in the past 7 days. Wisetoken up 21% today. Up in the past 7 days, it's up almost, like, I guess that's like 600%, something like that. So, I mean, it's nice. It's nice to see, like, the predictions that I thought were gonna happen come true. People want a decentralized Hex, and like, the main argument that I got with Wise or Hex against Wise was, well, Richard Hart knows what he's doing. He's a billionaire. He's not going to sell his tokens. He's going to do this. He. And I'm like, why? Do you really think that the majority of the general public are going to jump in on your coin and bow down to a singular person that is the turning point for your coin? Or would you rather have a coin like Hex is supposed to be the next Bitcoin, and there's nobody in Bitcoin that has 90% of Bitcoin, so that never really made sense to me. Wisetoken can potentially be the next Bitcoin because it's decentralized and that not like one singular person controls all of the Wise tokens. And there's just so many ways to look at this and say, like, of course, it makes sense that Wisetoken is overtaking Hex. But anyway, that's everything for today. Let me know what you guys think. Follow my Telegram channel, t.me/KingofFomo1, as well as my TikTok. I will be talking more about that mystery coin probably on Thursday or Friday on that TikTok, so look out for that video. If you guys want to subscribe closer to then, go ahead and do that. But again, I think this new coin that we're going to be covering is similar to Wisetoken. I really like the tokenomics of it. I think the tokenomics is going to allow it to last for more than just a day, and that's why I don't join most altcoins, is because like they have weak tokenomics, and like even if the coin pumps, it will dump in people will leave because like why would they come back? And I think that this new token has a lot of incentive for people to stay. All right, guys, that's everything today. Catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.